Los Angeles, a city synonymous with dreams and opportunities, is also home to an escalating crisis that casts a shadow over its glamour: the crisis of homelessness. So much so, Los Angeles has been named the homeless capital of the United States. Thousands of men, women, and children navigate the harsh reality of living without stable housing. Each face tells a story of resilience amidst adversity. From the makeshift shelters under bridges to the sprawling encampments in city parks, their daily lives reveal a pressing need for compassion and systemic change. The homeless issue in Los Angeles is complicated, and causes include mental illness, drug addiction, lack of affordable housing, rising property values, racialized residential segregation, lack of public services, lack of coordinated government response, and the policing and criminalization of the homeless. More than 75,000 people are experiencing homelessness in Los Angeles County. These are not just statistics. They are individuals with stories, struggles, and often mental health challenges that complicate their plight. According to the Los Angeles Times, 67% of homeless adults in Los Angeles County have mental illness or a substance abuse disorder. The mental health issues can range from severe conditions like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and PTSD, to anxiety and depression. The lack of stable housing exacerbates these problems, creating a vicious cycle. Numerous organizations in Los Angeles are working tirelessly to provide support, from emergency shelters to mental health clinics. These efforts are vital, but often fall short due to the sheer scale of the problem. Drug addiction increases the challenges faced by those experiencing homelessness. The cycle is relentless. Addiction leads to homelessness, and homelessness fuels addiction. Each struggle feeds the other, creating a difficult barrier to escape. Various initiatives are in place to tackle this crisis. From government programs to community organizations, many are working tirelessly to provide support, treatment, and pathways out of homelessness and addiction. Addressing homelessness and drug addiction requires continued effort and collaboration. Solutions must be multifaceted, involving housing, healthcare, and community support. According to the UCLA Luskin Center for History and Policy, Los Angeles' homeless population consisted predominantly of white single men throughout most of the 20th century. Following decades of racialized residential segregation, employment discrimination, and financial redlining, non-whites and African Americans in particular came to comprise the majority of the region's homeless after 1980. Today, African Americans make up 34% of Los Angeles County's homeless, but only 8% of the general population in Los Angeles. The Latinx identified people make up 36% of the county's homeless and 48% of the general population. In the heart of Los Angeles, a silent yet powerful force shapes the lives of many: financial redlining. This term, rooted in a history of systemic discrimination, refers to the practice of denying services or imposing unfair conditions on residents based on their neighborhood's demographics. Historically, entire communities, particularly those of color, have been marked as high-risk areas, leading banks to withhold loans, insurance, and investment. This practice not only stifles economic growth, but also perpetuates cycles of poverty. As neighborhoods struggle under the weight of neglect, the repercussions are dire. Families find themselves unable to secure homes, leading to instability and, for some, homelessness. In Los Angeles, where the cost of living continues to soar, the impact of redlining is stark. Today, the remnants of these policies are evident. A lack of affordable housing options, coupled with insufficient support systems, has created a perfect storm, pushing vulnerable individuals onto the streets. As we explore the streets of Los Angeles, we encounter not just the faces of homelessness, but the stories of those who have been marginalized by an economic system that continues to favor the few over the many. Financial redlining is not just a relic of the past. It is a pressing issue that resonates in the present, fueling the homelessness crisis and challenging our collective conscience. Employment discrimination is the unjust treatment of individuals based on characteristics such as race, gender, age, or disability. In a city as vibrant and diverse as Los Angeles, this issue takes on a profound significance, particularly for those experiencing homelessness. For many homeless individuals, the quest for stable employment is fraught with barriers. Stigma often clouds the perceptions, creating an invisible wall that hinders their chances of securing jobs. In a society that values productivity, those without stable housing face not only the challenges of their circumstances, but also the bias that follows them. Employers may overlook qualifications, dismissing applicants who lack a permanent address, viewing them as unreliable or unworthy. This cycle of exclusion perpetuates a harsh reality. Without access to employment, individuals remain trapped
in a cycle of poverty and homelessness, unable to break free from their situation. Moreover, the impact of employment discrimination resonates beyond the individual. Families are affected, communities suffer, and the strain on social services deepens. Each denied opportunity contributes to a growing crisis that demands urgent attention. In Los Angeles, the homeless population is a tapestry of stories, each thread woven with hopes and dreams. Yet for many, those aspirations are dimmed by the harsh realities of discrimination. As we explore the stories of those seeking a second chance, we must confront the biases that inhibit their progress. Only by addressing these injustices can we hope to create a more equitable society, one where every individual, regardless of their housing status, has the opportunity to thrive. The disparity between wealth and poverty in Los Angeles is stark. While the city boasts of luxury real estate and opulent living, a significant portion of the population struggles with homelessness and housing insecurity. Lack of affordable housing in Los Angeles over the last 100 years has been a major contributing factor to the homeless crisis. The journey toward affordable housing and the end of homelessness is fraught with challenges, but is one we must undertake through collaboration, innovation, and unwavering resolve. We can work toward a city where everyone has a place to call home. Within the unhoused community lies a complex web of challenges, many exacerbated by a lack of coordinated government action. Despite its vast resources, the city of Los Angeles often struggles with issues that seem insurmountable, such as homelessness. The fragmentation of governance plays a crucial role in these persistent problems. Los Angeles is a home to numerous agencies, each operating within its own silo. The city, county, and various regional authorities often pursue divergent agendas, leading to overlapping efforts and, at times, conflicting strategies. Residents frequently find themselves caught in the crossfire. Voices from the community echo a common frustration. The government seems disconnected from the realities. As grassroots movements emerge, citizens strive to hold their leaders accountable and demand a unified response. Yet, political fragmentation complicates even the simplest of solutions. With representatives focused on individual interests, comprehensive plans often fall by the wayside. In Los Angeles, the lack of a central vision leads to piecemeal solutions. What is needed is an integrated approach that considers the interconnectedness of our city's challenges. There are glimmers of hope as some initiatives aim to bridge the gap. Collaborative projects between agencies and community organizations are starting to emerge, but widespread coordination remains. The path forward requires a commitment to collaboration and acknowledging that a city as diverse and dynamic as Los Angeles needs a unified strategy to thrive. As the number of homeless individuals rises, so does the response from law enforcement. Instead of addressing the root causes of homelessness, like mental health, addiction, and lack of affordable housing, many cities have turned to criminalizing the homeless. In Los Angeles, laws targeting homeless encampments have led to the confiscation of personal belongings and forced removals. These actions, often justified as necessary for public safety, strip individuals of their dignity and security. When shelters are full and resources scarce, the streets become the only option. Yet, instead of support, many encounter policing that perpetuates their suffering. Despite these challenges, community organizations are stepping up. They advocate for solutions rooted in compassion, promoting access to mental health services, addiction treatment, and affordable housing. Statistics reveal a troubling trend. Arrests of homeless individuals for minor infractions often outnumber those for serious crimes. This cycle of arrest and release deepens their vulnerability, pushing them further into the shadows. In a world marked by inequality, the issue of homelessness stands as a profound moral challenge. Across major religious traditions, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Islam, and Hinduism, there is a shared imperative to care for the homeless, rooted in compassion, justice, and the dignity of every human being. In Christianity, the call to care for the less fortunate is deeply embedded in Scripture. Jesus taught us to love our neighbors as ourselves. And in the parable of the Good Samaritan, he exemplified the importance of helping those in need, regardless of their background. The teachings emphasize that serving the homeless is akin to serving Christ himself. For Christians, this duty is not merely charitable, but a reflection of their faith and commitment to embodying Christ's love in action. Judaism emphasizes social justice and the sacredness of human life. The Torah commands the faithful to support the poor and provide shelter for those without homes. This concept, known as tzedakah, extends beyond charity. It's a moral obligation. The prophets of Israel consistently called for the protection of the vulnerable, urging a society that ensures dignity for all, particularly the marginalized. For Jews, caring for the homeless is a vital expression of community and responsibility. In Buddhism, compassion, karuna, is a fundamental principle. The Buddha taught that all beings seek happiness and the alleviation of suffering. Homelessness is a manifestation of suffering that can be alleviated through acts of kindness and understanding. The practice of generosity, dana, encourages Buddhists to share their resources and create a supportive environment. By caring for the homeless, Buddhists fulfill their spiritual path and contribute to the collective well-being of society. Islam places a great emphasis on charity, zakah, and compassion. The Quran instructs believers to care for the needy, stating that true piety lies in supporting those who are less fortunate. The Prophet Muhammad's life exemplified caring for the marginalized, and his teachings inspire Muslims to view the homeless not as burdens, but as individuals deserving of dignity and assistance. For Muslims, aiding the homeless is a reflection of their faith and commitment to justice. Hinduism teaches the interconnectedness of all life, encapsulated in the principle of ahimsa, or nonviolence. Caring for the homeless aligns with the belief in the divine presence in every individual. The concept of dharma encourages individuals to act righteously, which includes supporting those in need. By helping the homeless, Hindus fulfill their moral duties and contribute to a more equitable society, recognizing the divine essence within every person. Across these diverse traditions, the call to care for the homeless is a profound expression of faith and humanity. By embracing compassion, justice, and interconnectedness, religious teachings urge us to act. As we reflect on these values, we are reminded that caring for the homeless is not just a societal obligation, but a spiritual one, essential for the flourishing of individuals and communities alike. In the end, our treatment of the most vulnerable among us reveals the true measure of our humanity. Addressing the homeless crisis in Los Angeles requires a multifaceted approach. Here are several key solutions. Expand the development of affordable housing units through incentives for developers and public-private partnerships. Implement more permanent supportive housing models, which combine affordable housing with supportive services. Enhance access to mental health care and substance use treatment programs tailored for homeless individuals. Develop and fund programs that prevent homelessness before it starts, including eviction prevention and emergency financial assistance. Increase outreach efforts to connect homeless individuals with services and housing. Strengthen partnerships with local nonprofits to leverage resources and expertise in serving homeless populations. Advocate for policy changes that address the root causes of homelessness, such as rent control and zoning reforms. Launch campaigns to raise public awareness about homelessness and reduce stigma. To effectively combat homelessness in Los Angeles, a comprehensive approach that includes housing solutions, supportive services, and systemic reforms is essential. Collaboration among government, nonprofits, and community stakeholders will be key to these efforts. The story of the unhoused in Los Angeles, the homeless capital of the United States, is still being written. For those who are unhoused, every day is a fight for survival. It is up to all of us to ensure that their voices are heard and that we work together to forge a path towards a more just and compassionate future.